everyone and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're brand new. I'm very happy that you decided to join me today for another speed build in what feels like forever, because in these past weeks I've been so incredibly busy between moving out and university. I had to give a big exam. I passed it, in case you're wondering, so I barely had time to build in The Sims. Regrettably, I would add, because as you all well know, I love building in The Sims, but I mean, real life sometimes kicks in and you kind of have to deal with it, and so many things happened in this past period, so yeah, that would explain why I haven't posted in a while. And actually, I started this apartment when the Blooming Rooms kit, I think it's the name. They always have these weird names that I never ever remember, but anyway, the plants kit. I'm going to call it plants kit. It's easy, it's simple to remember, and it's basically what this kit is about. So yeah, I was saying that I started building this apartment when the kit came out, but then I didn't have time to finish it, and in the midst of starting this apartment, I was also building a custom content build that I originally planned on uploading before this one. But yeah, as I said, my plans got thrown into the garbage. So here we are with this apartment, and here are also my considerations about this kit, even though by the time it's been like 2 weeks since it came out, so it's a bit old. But since I hadn't posted anything about it, here are my 2 cents that no one asked about, but yeah, I'm just going to say what I think. I really enjoyed this kit. I've been asking for a plant spec for ages now, and if you're not new here, you will know it for sure. If you've watched and listened to some of my old videos, I always ramble about plants, and I always say that I end up using the same plants over and over again because I feel like we're a bit limited. And with limited, I don't mean that we have a few plants, because if you honor the packs, there are actually a ton of plants and a ton of objects, but as I always say, they're just not my style, a bit too cartoony, and some of them are not that pretty. So I think that a plants kit was due, mostly if you're a builder and mostly if you love plants as much as I do. And it's also weird because in real life I'm not that good in keeping plants alive, but in The Sims they are pixelated, so it's easy. Now finally, let's talk a bit about this kit. As I was saying, I really like the idea behind it, and some of the plants are really nice. I am literally obsessed with the hanging plants we got. I won't say the name of it because I'm not an expert in plants. I don't know the species of the plants portrayed in this kit, but the hanging plant is so beautiful. However, as always with the Sims spec, I think that some of them are a bit too chunky and cartoony, and why even in this build, which is focused around plants, I've used the same 2 or 3 plants over and over again. I really like some of them, like there are some tiny plants that you can place on surfaces that are really cute. I love them. But then we have some huge plants that I didn't know where to fit in this apartment, as well as the dividers. I just didn't have a place for them here, at least. I mean, this apartment also has a balcony, so I could have placed some of the bigger ones there, but then again, I didn't think they would fit. I mean, this apartment is kind of classy in my opinion. I really like how it turned out, and some of the plants didn't fit here, at least. Maybe in some future builds I'll get more use out of them. Another thing is the plant curtain thing. I don't see myself using it as a proper curtain, but I've used it as a faux hanging plant from a shelf. I think it looks super nice. even though if you look behind it you will see that it's a sort of a curtain and it's not hanging from anywhere, but the effect is really pretty. So yeah, I've used it as an hanging plant. Actually, I've also used it on the balcony as a sort of vine thingy, and I think it looks really nice. Overall, I'm kind of satisfied with this pack, even though I would have loved to see some different plants. I've been asking for waterfall plants, those plants that have hanging leaves that like hang from a shelf. I don't know if it's clear enough what I'm trying to say, but I think you got the type of plant I was looking for, but sadly we didn't get it, and so once again we'll have to rely on custom content creators, because I know that some of them have already separated all the plants that come with shelves or that come only as hanging plants, so that's really nice. Where would we be without custom content creators? I don't know. Blabbering aside, I haven't talked at all about this apartment. It's 19 Culpepper House, if I'm not mistaken. It's one of my favorite apartments because it's not small, it's not huge, and it has a balcony. And the shame of this apartment is that unfortunately it's a needs TLC apartment, and I don't like to play or to build in needs TLC's apartments, and I wish we could just customize apartments overall, but we cannot, and the needs TLC trait remains there unless you use mods. I know that there are some mods that are able to remove, oblige traits, so you can use those mods to remove them. In this case, I've used the tool mod to remove whatever things could get broken in this apartment. So, well, for me, they won't create any issues, but if you place this apartment, those pipes and things will be there, which is a shame. And another thing I did was changing all of the windows, because I really wanted to use the Moschino windows that are, I think, my favorite window in the entire game, because I think they fit really well with many plants. Don't ask me why, I just think they look amazing in a house with many plants. Plus the lighting in this apartment is really nice during the afternoon, so those windows, I don't know, they just seemed perfect for the build, so I swapped them. But once again, unless you have the tool mod, you won't have these windows, sadly, because the apartment will place the old windows. I also changed the front door, and yeah, it goes the same for the front door. Unfortunately, I just wish it was different, but there's nothing I can do, and I don't want to build with the old windows, so I just changed them. And the tool mod is such a blessing. However, apart from the windows and me removing the needs TLC things, you don't need the tool mod to download this apartment, because yeah, this build is just as you see it, and it will be as you see it also on the gallery, so that's really nice. But aside from this, as I was saying, this one is 19 Culpepper House, and this time I built it for a family, and they are just a couple of parents and a kid. I've used once again a thing I've created in like my past apartment, the last apartment I did. I've created a sort of kids tent and I've uploaded it on my gallery. If you're interested, you can find it there. And I placed it again because it was just too cute not to include it again, and I'm very proud of the tent, so I probably am going to overuse it again, so I won't apologize about it. But another thing I really like about this apartment is the balcony, because as I planned on building an apartment for people that love plants, it was mandatory for me to have a balcony. And we don't have many apartments with balconies. There is, I think, another one, maybe other two, and they both are on more than one level, and I didn't want to build something huge or something that would have taken me even longer than this one did. So I've decided to go for this one, and yeah, it's just my favorite apartment. There's nothing I can do about it. I just love it so much. Also, I failed to say that this one is in San Myshuno. I don't know why they mention it, because obviously we also have apartments in Evergreen Harbor, but this one is in San Myshuno. And actually we have apartments in Evergreen Harbors that have balconies, but we cannot build on them unless we use the tall mod. I don't know why, that's stupid, don't ask me why, it's beyond me. I don't get why we cannot build on those balconies when they are there, but let's not go there. And another thing I wanted to mention is that we have just got an announcement of an upcoming kit, and it will be a create a sim one, so I'm not that interested in it. But if you are, definitely let me know. And it will be all about male Sims clothes. And once again, I'm not interested in create a sim, so I don't think I'm going to get it. But we will also get a new base game update, and I just cannot wait to know what it will be about. But we are actually at the end of this video, and the tour is coming soon. I really hope you liked this video. If you did, please leave a like and a comment and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And hopefully I'll see you all in my next video. Bye! Hello, hello. I haven't done one of these in weeks. Weird. Very, very weird. But here we are. A bit. Carried away. Overall, I'm kind of satisfied with this pack.